Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton, and this is going to be our pro walkthrough for the Golf Clash Fall Major Tournament. This is going to be your path to a -15 for the front 9. You're going to get to see every single wind angle on all the first 9 holes. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Please hit that thumbs up button if you like my content. And last but not least, if I've done a good job for you on this major tournament, I provide a qualifying opening round and now weekend round content. Try to get it out as early as possible. Please support my channel with a donation, and you can find a link to my PayPal in the comments section below. If PayPal doesn't work for you, just let me know and we can work something else out. I appreciate all that. We are going to start off with hole number 1, as always. This is a par 4, and the game is giving us favorable wind on the drive. Now you can see here we're getting tailwind, so you need to take your most powerful driver combined with your best topspin, and you want to use enough topspin and about 1 bar of left spin and push up into overpower and get that ball guideline that you're looking for right there. Now, the thing is notice how I'm pushing my target into overpower. And this is something that a lot of people don't take into account. Sometimes people wing it when they're trying to make their shot perfect as far as where you want to go. So, what I want you to notice here is this red line, okay? See that red line right there? Notice here, there's 1 ring and there's 2 rings. So that red line is right at the bottom edge of the orange ring. So technically, I am 2 rings into overpower. So in order for me to execute this shot, I need to account for that. And here's how you do that. First of all, I'm going to pull my rings at 10% elevation. So there's the 10%. Now I turn my screen back around and I push it back up 2 rings. By doing so, I don't have to use much overpower on my shot. I can basically just take a normal shot, and even with hitting a great ball to the right, this ball basically goes, where we wanted it to be. We wanted it to clip the rough and then roll out. Now, obviously, a perfect ball would have got a better rollout, but regardless, we're just trying to get on the fairway and make this a short iron shot for shot number 2, which we do. We're able to take this shot at a -10% elevation with our thorn. Me, I'm using backspin until I get a nice developed ball guideline that's going through the pin. You don't want to use too much backspin on this particular hole because sometimes the ball dies on the fairway when it rolls to the green. So make sure you have a fully developed ball guideline about 1 green square past the pin and hit a perfect ball, and you should be dead center good as long as you set that up correctly. So that's hole number 1, and we're getting off to a good start. Now, we go into hole number 2. Hole number 2, I'm trying to play the rough bump again here. I'm playing this shot at 20% elevation, and I'm actually playing it between between minimum and mid distance of my club. As you can see, I left the ball guideline a little bit short just because we are getting that tailwind push. We fire off a perfect ball, which is going to give us a good gauge of what happens here. And we just barely missed there to the right-hand side. So we might want to offset that shot or add a little bit more left spin. But you can see that the rest of the spin was good because the ball had a really smooth roll to the hole. Again, I played that one at 20% elevation, and I played it between minimum and mid distance of my sniper. All right, now I'm going to talk to you about hole number 3. Hole number 3, I came into the hole thinking I was going to play it how I normally do, right? Which is with this bounce over shot in pro. I saw that I was getting favorable wind. As you can see here, I'm setting up with my extra mile. I decided to be greedy and swap this out for my APOC. I was going to go 5 bars of topspin with full side spin to the left. And then I changed it to full top to left. And here I'm just aiming kind of right in the middle of that fairway area. I'm using almost full power, but I am using full left curl. Now, unfortunately, I hit a double grate to the left here, so this shot is basically screwed. If you're able to hit that perfect, that's going to be a really good shot right down the middle of the fairway, which will leave you for a sniper shot. But the good news is, here, if you do the same thing that I do, you're getting nice wind to get yourself out of a bad situation. So here we're getting straight tailwind. I'm just hitting the ball up as far as the second fairway as I can. And then that leaves me for a short iron shot. I played this at 10% elevation. And I'm just making sure that I have a developed ball guideline through the hole. Okay, I'm able to save this hole. So, I only showed it to you just in case you screw up the hole, and you can see that it's savable and how to save it. But I do believe that a pot shot would really set you up for a very short range sniper shot for an albatross. So if I had another chance at this, I would do the exact same thing again. It's kind of rare to hit a double great left for me, but again, I think that's the best way to play this hole in the finals. Go big or go home, right? This puts us on to hole number 4. Hole number 4, I'm playing it at 5% elevation. I'm also playing it at medium distance of my club. I like this shot because there's a lot of rough to work with here, so it would be difficult to miss the rough on this hole. But again, this is another bad shot, so this has been kind of a scramble for me. But you can see even with that bad of a great shot, I'm still able to clip the rough, and the speed is actually pretty good to the pin. All right, so regardless, we have one drop through the first 4 holes, and that's going to put us on the hole number 5 here. Hole number 5, you can use whatever driver you want, okay? You just want to make sure that you go from fairway to fairway. But the biggest thing is you don't want to utilize too much topspin and too much power, because you want to lay up here on the second fairway. And then from here, you just want to find yourself the funnel. Oh, where'd my replay go? Oh, this is the wrong. Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. But regardless, if for some reason this is your first time watching me, I apologize. But we're not playing this shot any different than we normally have. We're using a little bit of top spin with 1.5 bars of left side spin. We're finding the funnel, and we're dropping this thing into the middle of the hole. Now, what you can do, if for some reason, again, this is your first time watching me, you can just go ahead and watch any other pro round that I've uploaded to YouTube, and that shot is the exact same. Now that's going to bring us on to hole number 6. Hole number 6, a par 5, and we are trying to get as much distance on this shot as possible, obviously without rolling into the top rough. But I do push my rings here at 20% elevation. I play this one around max distance of my extra mile, but not fully max. That doesn't really matter. I'm just letting you know how I play it. But there's plenty of fairway to work with here, as you can see. We bounce over, we bounce between the sand bunkers, and we just roll up here to the fairway. That leaves me with this shot, which I'm trying to execute a rough bump on. And I'm playing this one at no elevation. I really end up just playing this one at mid-distance of my club. I just end up playing it 1-to-1. So 4.9 miles per hour, that's 4.9 rings. Now, I guess technically that would be 10% elevation at mid-distance of our sniper. But, yeah, You know, this one rolls smooth. It just kind of dies right here. So what you need to do is use more topspin or use overpower to get that ball to stop dying and coming in short like it has all tournaments from that angle. This would be one that in a normal setting on our old tournament rules, we'd be able to dial in for an albatross. But, you know, having to play each different wind angle on the fly, it's a little difficult to know exactly how the ball is going to react, especially with this being my first playthrough of the front nine. All right, now that's going to bring us on to hole number 7 here. Now, hole number 7, I don't like the wind angle, okay? I don't like it going from right to left. Obviously, it's the opposite of what we would prefer. But I do like going over this little water area here onto the second part of the fairway. So for me, I'm using an APOC because I know I'm going to use a ton of curl in order to execute this drive. So I pull this at 10% elevation. And then I push back to max. And from here, it's full overpower, full right curl. And we are trying to hit perfect, okay? So don't accidentally hook or slice this ball, whatever it's called. We are trying to hit perfect, which we do. And you can see here, we get an awesome roll with no fear of going to the top rough. This lands pretty much center in the fairway, which leaves us for this shot. I love this wind. Anytime you can get direct headwind or direct tailwind when you're looking for the extra drop, to me, that's best case scenario. So here, I'm able to use backspin. I'm able to put my ball guide line and make sure that it's going through the pin. Like I said, I pull this thing at 10% elevation. And we hit a perfect ball. And we drop that one dead center for the extra eagle, okay? So, you know, this is a really good round so far. And now that's going to put us on to hole number 8. Now, I'll talk to everybody about hole number 8 for a second because I was really nervous about trying this shot. Very early this morning, I had a friend send me a shot that he picked up from another streamer. I don't remember who he said it was. But I didn't even know anybody really had any pro content out yet early this morning. But, you know, he told me to try it and try to tinker his miss and see what would happen. Basically, it was a landing position shot with the spin set. And I was trying to read my notes, and I kind of got into frantic mode because I was doing the wrong spin. I was doing right spin instead of left spin, which my target wasn't matching him. And then I realized, okay, this is not right. So I had to relook at my notes really fast. So anyways, to save you time, you need to put this about 1.5 bar of backspin and about 2.8 bars of side spin to the left. And then this is where he sets up at. He sets up with the white ring right there almost against the sand line, okay? With the orange ring up against the rough line, so right here. And this is what the ball guideline looks like just like that, which was a little bit odd to me. But I watched his replay, and he came very close to the hole-in-one. So I tried to do the exact same thing. I just changed the landing spot just a little bit to offset where he missed. But it was still pretty similar. And from here, we're just pulling 1-to-1 on the rings, or pushing really. So 4.9 is 4.9 rings. I was able to hit a perfect ball. And you can see the ball reacts actually really well to this shot. And we just barely miss it to the left-hand side there. So a little bit less left side spin when it comes to that shot with that same wind. And you'll be pretty close to a hole-in-one on hole number 8. You know, but regardless, that's a more difficult hole to drop in pro. And we've already got the drops on hole 1. I showed you a replay of a drop on hole 5. And then, you know, we got the drop on hole 7. Which brings us into hole number 9 here. Hole number 9, I got a little bit unlucky. I've been playing it the same way the whole tournament with a quarterback and a big dog. Full left spin. I was going for about 1 bar of top spin here because we want to get some distance on the drive, but we don't want to hit it so hard that the ball rolls into the top rough because then you'd be dead on the hole. I'm using a half a ball of curl to the left as usual. I hit a perfect ball, But this is the first time this has happened to me. I clipped this little edge of the rough right here, pretty unlucky, which kills my distance, okay? But the nice part is it was actually savable. I was just glad to see that I could get over the water. So what I know I have to do here is use full topspin with my right side spin combined. I pull my same 10% elevation. So right here I pull my elevation, and then of course I have to push back up to max so I get my distance back. I'm full overpower with a little bit more than half a ball of right curl. Prefer the great right over a great left like I did, but I still roll out very nicely, and this is a very simple chip in with your wedge, just a full top spin, aim it to the hole, and you're good to go. All right, everybody, there is the front 9. I hope you found it helpful. I'll work on the back 9. I don't know if it'll be out today. It might be out early tomorrow, so just be patient. As I just did this on my lunch break. That's how dedicated I am to the channel and to the subscribers. So I appreciate you guys every single week. Thank you and good luck.